For today's video, I want to show you 3 ways to fold sweaters to save space. So I brought out one cardigan, one normal sweater, as well as one hoodie, so we can get a couple of different ways to do this. So I guess we should start with the cardigan, since that's the one I like the least to fold. Just get it over with, you know. So if this is your first time watching, I'm Thor. I love to make these folding videos. I have a bunch more on my channel if you want to check it out. So let's start out with the cardigan facing down like this, right? And from here we're going to split it into 4 parts. So what you want to do is start out by folding 1/4 of the way in like this. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So from here we're going to take the arms and we're just going to fold them down in a straight line so that it lines up with the rest of the cardigan like this. The next step is that we're going to take the cardigan and we're going to split it into 3 parts actually. So I like to start at the bottom. I think it holds it together more nicely. So I'm just going to take 1/3 of it and fold it over itself like this. And I'm going to take 1 more third and I am going to fold it over like so. And just kind of straighten it out a little bit here and you have a nice folded cardigan. Now let's move on to the more fun folds. So I want to do the hoodie first because that's my favorite. So let's start out by just unraveling this whole thing like so. So for the hoodie we're actually going to start with the hoodie facing up instead of down like the cardigan. Unlike the cardigan. Put my feels so good to be alive baby shirt down here, and we're going to fold the arms into the other side like this. For this sweater it's fine like this, but if your arms are too long you can just fold them down. That's no problem at all. Yeah. Okay, so from here we're going to split the sweater into 3 parts. And I'm going to fold it in towards the middle 1/3 of the way on this side, like this. And I'm 1/3 of the way over on the other side as well. So, now we're going to start from the bottom. And we're going to roll the hoodie here up towards the top. Now the tighter you roll, the less space it's going to take up. But it has a tendency to get a little bit more wrinkly, but I think that doesn't really matter on a hoodie, does it? So as you reach the top of the hoodie, you're going to take the hood here and you're going to fold it over the rest of the roll that you've made, so that this kind of locks it into place. And if you still have the little ropes hanging from the sweater, which I've lost during washing, I'm sure I'm not alone on this one, you can tighten them up. And that kind of secures it even further. But this is totally fine on its own, right? This is also really nice if you like to travel or you just want some little pillow that you can lay your head on. It's really nice, saves a lot of space. Really like this method. So, the final one for the normal sweater. I'm sure you've been waiting for this one. This is a popular folding method on this channel, as I'm sure many of you have already seen. On other types of clothes, and it actually works totally fine on sweaters as well. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start at the bottom here and we're going to fold the sweater over itself so that you have the top laying inside out. I think you will need, it depends on the size of your sweater. This is a large one and I've reserved about 7 centimeters to the fold out here. So just like the other one, the hoodie, we're going to fold the arms over. If they're too long, just fold them down like this. There's a lot of gray clothes today, I just noticed. So just fold it in 1/3 of the way on this side and 1/3 of the way in on this side. Now we need to turn it around. Unlike the hoodie, we actually have to start from the top with this sweater here. So you could fold it over like this as well. Just make sure that the folds are shorter than the bottom, because they will grow in size as you pull it over. But I'm gonna roll it up because that's the most space-saving way. I mean, for sweaters it's not really necessary to roll it so tight because, you know, it can get kind of wrinkled and stretched out. So just be nice to it, or you could, like I said, just fold it over normally. So once you reach the top here, you're gonna see this little pocket that's sticking out. Take it and just fold it over the rest of the sweater like this. And like you can see, you'll be left with this nice little cylinder here. It's called the military roll. It's my personal favorite of all time. Hey, it's Thor from the future here. I just wanted to add something on the last folding method with the little pocket. So usually when I put them in my drawer, I like to do a little bit of a variation on that military roll. The reason is that it is a lot faster, and also I don't really like to keep the military roll folded up for weeks and months at a time. It's more of a couple of days, so it doesn't kind of stretch the fabric, right? So what I like to do instead is the same procedure, you know, fold the arms up, and then I'm going to take it and fold it 1/3 of the way in on this side and 1/3 of the way in on this side. By the way, if you are a smaller person and you have smaller clothes, sometimes it's enough to fold it in 1/4 of the way instead of 1/3 of the way in. But this is a big sweater, like I've mentioned. So what I do instead is that I just skip the whole folding up of the little pocket at the bottom, and instead I just roll it up like this. Normally not too tight or anything, just like this, because I do find that this saves almost the same amount of space, and on top of that it is nicer on the actual fabric, right? So as you will see, this is going to unravel once I let go of it. So what I like to do is to take one of these little IKEA, I don't remember the name, but I'll link it if you're interested in the description. And I'll just take them and I stack them next to each other like this. And that kind of holds them together. And it hasn't really been any problem to pull them out on their own. The other one does not unravel. So that's a good alternative to the other methods. Of course, you could also do the KonMari fold, which would be just, I guess, for the sweaters, we could do something like this. 1/3 of the way in on this side and 1/3 on this side. Fold it over in half. And then I guess fold it over on this side first. Kind of put it all together. And this would also be a nice way that you could stack them next to each other. This is a wool sweater, so I don't think it's going to hold together very well, but yeah, something like this, and then you would have multiple ones. That also works pretty well. Anyway, back to present tour. If you want to see how to fold more of your clothes in similar fashions to save space, or just in general to organize your stuff, I have a playlist on my channel that you can check out. And if you like this video, you know, maybe you could leave a like.